Where do you want to go with this?
Well, I worry about Joe Barry not being there for the Green Bay Packers, and I wonder how much of an impact that will be. We've seen the Cardinals thrive for a game without Cliff Kingsbury. We've seen coaches be out and other coaches step in and get it done, but it's not like it's a well-oiled machine. This is Barry's first year. This is only his 8th game. So, it'd be different if Matt LaFleur was out because he's been there 3 years.
Yeah, right.
You know how the offense goes. The defense, can you really trust somebody else to step in and step up when it's still kind of a new thing under Joe Barry?
Sure. No, I mean, that's going to be tough. There is. And Joe Barry, who's been around a lot of great NFL defenses and is doing a great job this year, obviously. Yeah, I mean, what you miss in somebody like that was just – the old pasta and meatballs, the gut feel of like, oh, wait, I wanted to play this defense, but after a drive or two, I don't like it. I got to adjust, and I'm going to have to go with these defenses instead. It's the feel of the game. That would be what I would be worried about if I was in the Green Bay organization. Just that aspect of it. Yeah, the planning, the walkthrough practices they had this week. Yeah, they're not going to miss Joe Barry incredibly much there. I mean, he's of course leading the charge there, still at home, and I'm sure on the Zoom calls and leading meetings and everything in that direction. But on the field, it's the adjustments and it's the wait, they're attacking us like this. We need to do this now. I don't like what we're doing here, so let's cover for this guy. That's where they're gonna miss Joe Barry. And then of course they're playing an offense that it's officially has answers for everything. Like, you talked about it a little earlier where you're just like, Kyler is, he's patient. He's playing with like maturity this year. He's better on third down. He's patient when, the defense is just going to try to play the old thing that everybody's doing to Kansas City, not let us have a big play. Fine. They've proven that they can go on long drives and bore you to death and just pick you apart and then still go score a touchdown. So that's where it's a different animal tonight. It is. And now Zach Ertz being at a tight end, that gives you another element to think about. They do a lot of different stuff. And you might stop them for 2 or 3 series. That's fine. But as we've seen almost in every game, once Arizona gets it going, they explode. It's like a little bit like the Golden State Warriors. It's just like, Steph Curry hit a 3. Watch out. Here comes 10 other ones with Klay Thompson and everybody else. And that's what Arizona is capable of, and that's why they're awesome and 7-0.
And if the Packers would win this game shorthanded, where does that put them? I mean, because look, the Cardinals would fall out of number 1.
Right.
You got the Bucks, Rams, Packers after that. The Bucks, they got the Saints. It's not an easy game, but it's easier than last year with Jameis Winston as the quarterback instead of Drew Brees. I won't be surprised if the Buccaneers win that game. I guess they would move into number 1. I got Rams fans upset with me because the Rams beat the Bucks and they both have 1 loss. Why aren't the Rams higher? But if the Packers would be the ones who beat the Cardinals, something the Rams couldn't do,
right?
Do the Packers have an argument to be made to jump the Rams or the Bucks
I
in
think,
our minds as the best team in the NFC?
I mean, they have an argument, no doubt. I mean, that'll be what, 6 in a row, 7 in a row since that first game of the year where they lost and didn't play well. So I guess it'd be hard to argue that. It would. As you could tell, I'm leaning Arizona pretty heavily here. I am, and it would be some accomplishment tonight, certainly. The one thing they've made me think differently of them as compared to years past is I do think they're a little bit more of a tougher physical football team. That's for sure. But I just don't, as you could tell from the things I've said, I'm just not sure they're as high-end talented as some of the other teams that you just mentioned. Like, no, they don't have the talent Tampa Bay has. They don't have the talent Dallas and the Rams have on that side of the ball, and certainly not Arizona. That's why I was trying to get into that execution conversation a little bit. They're really about, like, defense doesn't mess it up. They make you earn it. They're not necessarily going to dominate you. And then the offense is kind of the same way, too. They're just going to pick you apart, take their time, and Rodgers isn't going to take any chances or really do anything until he feels like he has to. And that's where, I guess I question them a little bit. Execution's great. I just don't know if it can get you to the Super Bowl. I don't. At some point, players got to make some plays, and it's got to be some sort of element that helps the coaching staff out with the schematics. They're really well coached, as you could tell. I'm just questioning the talent level a little bit. Throughout.
Yeah, and I hear you, and we just
do you think that's fair? I know they're really good.
Fair.
Okay, I'm not trying to be a jerk to Green Bay fan, but I'm talking I'm holding them to a Super Bowl level conversation here.
Well, and also the question of how much better are they really than last year, even though they have won 6 in a row, and we still have a memory of what happened in Week 1, even if that memory is fading 1 week at a time. And they've done a great job of taking the egg that they laid Week 1. I was going to have a more graphic description of what rolled down their leg Week 1, inspired by my 4 years with you. But they've taken the criticism that they got for that. It's fueled what they've done since then. How dare you point out how bad we were Week 1, and they've rattled off one after another. I won't be surprised if they win tonight. I'm torn on this one, and I may do what I did last week because it worked last week.
You pulled the okey doke.
I changed from the Broncos to the Browns, and I was very happy about my decision.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.